there is something that I want to share with you. You know, it's been with me for a long time, and it moves me on, you know, to these journeys. But I've always had these thoughts. Not that I might die at the claws, I won't say at the hands of a bear, but, you know, because of a bear. And it's not what I've learned over time. It's not the bear. It's probably because the bear is the largest land predator, top of the chain, I guess, and that we can go to places like these, and you know, we're not allowed to carry a handgun or a rifle, and probably shouldn't be, but you can be exposed to that risk, and that follows me a lot in my thoughts. And part of post-traumatic stress is invasive thoughts. And I know many people suffer. It would be hard for some people to understand that because they are bizarre and they're invasive. But what triggers it is for me is a vulnerability, a lack of control, a risk. And somehow I seem to push myself out in those areas. And that lack of control comes to me in many ways. You know, and some of them are very hard for me. It could come to me in my dream as my children saying, "Dad, are we going to be all right as a family?" And that was a hard one for me for a long time because there was nothing I could do about it. And you're supposed to be able to do everything about it. But the relief in that was knowing that it was me somehow interpreting my vulnerability and my lack of security and my risks that surrounded me coming out that way in my dream. And probably to a father, you know, the most precious thing to you is your family. And when your life changes, that you're not there to be able to do anything about it, there is that lack of control. There is that door that's open for interpretation to come through in its many forms. And who knows why we dream. So when I come up here to places like this, and I go further and further and further, thoughts come in. What if my bike breaks down? What if I got a flat tire? What if I no cell service? What if I'm working here and there's a bear there? And it always comes back to that risk. And it is a battle for me to fight that off, to keep it at bay. You know, just right there, looking there, I saw that vehicle stop, and it looked like a young guy down in the ditch to have a leak, and his parents sitting in the van. You got to really understand where you are. You know, when that was, so just right there, that'll stay with me. You know, who knows why we think what we think, or why we struggle as we do, but Smell of smoke is strong here. I don't know if you can see it, but the area up there, it's all burned. And it's just coming back. It's covered in that purple vegetation. Up in there you can see the haze, like it's a clear day, but the haze from the smoke is all there, and it's got quite a strong smell. Not bad, but you know, it's significant. But you look down there and it's real heavy. Just amazing. All that purple, whatever it is, you know, ground vegetation. Gravel's a little deeper here. You got to pick the speed up just a bit. You see right here in front of me? That gravel's deep. And I can feel the rear tire, you know, finding purchase. But you can feel the front twitching. So there's a fine line there of where you put your feet on the pegs to weight the rear tire. But it's nice when you get, you know, this dark section here where it's good road. But that loose, pebbly gravel, well, that's the idea, though. Picking the right tires, or you hope, anyway. I try to sort my way through it. You get a little nervous, give it a little fuel. I wouldn't say that I'm gun shy, but when I think of what could happen and what did happen to me last March 11th, you know, then you get a little, oh, that could hurt. But there's a mixture of everything here. Doughiness, and try to find your way through it. Better put my visor down. Get some of that dust in my eyes. You see those dark spots, you know it's wet. And usually where the wet is, as I've said a dozen times, it's where it's a little doughy. Oh, fuck. Just what I wanted to see. Boys, oh boys, oh boys, they're throwing everything. Water, gravel. Side slope. Find your line, take your time. Oh, smoke, smoke, smoke. Well, I can say one thing that I'm happy about is it's not raining. Because it would add a little bit to the mix. See those wheel tracks just ahead of me? That's where I'm trying to stay. 8,749.9. Oh my God. It's going to be 8,750. I think. No, it's 8,749.4. But anyway, folks, I'm going to shut the camera off.